welcome to Grandmommy's Kitchen, where food is all about love and everybody's welcome. You know, fall is here. Don't you love the leaves turning colors? And what is it about the aroma in the air during the fall? I enjoy it so much. So today, I'm going to show off. I'm going to take you down to my freezer and show you the fruit of the harvest. Haha, I made a pun. We've been talking about the fruit of the Spirit, but now we're going to talk about the fruit of the harvest. All the things that I have been working on since June as fresh produce has come in. I wrote my inventory down a couple days ago. I keep it here in my kitchen so I can keep track of what I have in there. And when I look at it and when I show it to you, what you're going to see are lots of happy times together with family and friends that we love, because that's what it's all about. Putting up our favorite foods, getting things together so that when we meet and come together for a meal, that we have the foods that the kids love and the adults like, and we all can enjoy ourselves. That's why I do it. Because remember, in Grandmommy's Kitchen, food is all about love, right? And everybody's welcome. So let's head down to the freezer. So I've just taken inventory of all the goodies I've been working on harvesting since June, and you can see that my freezer is now full and ready for the coming year. I have 19 apple pies ready to go. I have apples ready to go and make 19 pies. I do have one apple pie already baked and frozen, ready to serve. I have 2 empty pie crusts. If I want a chocolate pie or a banana cream pie, my crust is ready. Look at these gorgeous peaches. Aren't they beautiful? I have pureed strawberries. I have yummy, freshly cut off the cob corn, 31 of those. That's one of our family favorites. Down here I have applesauce. We like ours chunky. I have my tomatoes that I processed in the food processor and froze into the bags, and my Italian bread that I've made. And here is the kids' favorite door. Look at this. Strawberry jam, peach jam. Yep, we are full up and ready. Working since June. Remember, that's when our strawberries came in. And as each type of produce came in, I bought it in quantity, prepared it for the freezer. So my family and I are going to have many good Sunday dinners together or special birthday dinners, and we're going to have our favorite foods. I hope that you have put some good things in your freezer. Maybe you don't need the quantities that I do, because I do like feeding lots of people and I've got plenty of family to feed. I hope that your freezer is looking good too. One more step to go for me. My meat freezer over here will be filled in a couple weeks when our quarter of beef comes in. And then we are ready for some good eating, and we have what we need right here. So if you have been working on the harvest, as I have, I know several of you have sent me questions about how to do certain things, and I'm so glad that you did. Please, anytime you have a question about how to prepare something, or maybe I didn't make it as clear as I could have, just send along a question. I'd be happy to answer it. So if you've done that, why don't you take a picture of your freezer and send it along to me, and then I can share and be happy in your joy of having all these goodies in your freezer too. I appreciate it. I look forward to it. Now let's take a little break and head back up to Grandmommy's Kitchen, and we'll have a little chat. Today I want to talk about continuing actually on the theme of the harvest and all the things that are stocked in my freezer. See, when we need something out of that freezer, if it's time to make an apple pie, if it's time for some applesauce at breakfast, or we want to make corn for dinner, all we do is we go down to the freezer where I have an inventory and take out what we need. Well, when it comes to your spiritual life, when it comes to growing strong and knowing God, you know what? You've got to have an inventory. Now, what does that mean? It means that you need to have His Word in you. Yes, you need to read it, but you also need to memorize it. Because when you need something spiritually, when you need something from God, you need to know what He's already said to you. That's what His Word is all about. knowing and having within you what he said. For instance, let me share a couple of verses that everyone should have handy at all times, and most especially during these months we've just been through because of the lockdowns. So, in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, it says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind." So you've had plenty of opportunities to experience the feeling of fear, even more so than normal. I mean, let's face it, everyday life, there are many times that we could feel fear, but especially in the last few months. So when that feeling comes into your body, and it usually gets you right in the pit of the stomach, what you do is you go into your inventory, what you've memorized, what you have in your heart, and you say, wait, God didn't give me this spirit of fear. This fear I'm feeling isn't from God. He gave me power. He gave me love. He gave me a sound mind. And when you speak those words out of your own mouth, they change your atmosphere. His words are powerful. And thinking them is fine, reading them is good, but when you speak them, see, now you've pulled from your inventory and you've gotten out what you need. Sometimes you'll have to say it over and over again, and that's okay. You just keep saying what he said. And then your mind is listening to what God is saying to you, and your spirit begins to strengthen. So that's one. The next verse that I want to share with you is one of my all-time favorites. But the Holy Spirit actually brought it to my attention last fall, and I have had this on my calendar. I put it on every Monday for months and months and months. And it's a terrific verse that goes right along with the verse about God has not given us that spirit of fear. Of course, if he didn't give it to us, we know where it comes from, right? We have an enemy who's seeking to kill us and destroy us, but he can't. We take authority over him. So Joshua 1:9 is so cool. I love it. I can't even say it without getting really excited about it. This is what it says. "Be bold, be courageous, don't be afraid, and don't be discouraged, because God is with you everywhere you go." See, now Joshua is the 6th book in the Old Testament. The first 5 are the Torah, from Genesis through Leviticus, and we have just finished. Moses has died. The children of Israel have come out of the desert, and they're getting ready to go in and take the promised land. And this is what God says. Don't, be bold, be courageous, don't be afraid, and don't be discouraged. And you know what? God went ahead of them and destroyed the enemies. They barely had to fight. They just had to be bold and courageous, knowing that God was with them everywhere they went. And that's what he says to us. So if I have a day, especially where maybe I'm not feeling as courageous as I should, I just start saying that verse. And it just pumps me up, and I feel courageous, and I feel bold after I say that. So get your inventory of scriptures going in your heart, in your mind, and until you get them in there, carry them around with you. When you feel that fear, speak it out. God didn't give me this spirit of fear. He gave me love and power and a sound mind. When you're feeling like maybe you are intimidated or you're feeling discouraged, say no. I am bold and courageous. I'm not going to be afraid or discouraged, because God is with me. And if he is with us, who can be against us? So build up your inventory in your freezer, and build up your inventory in your heart and in your mind, so that you can keep your spirit strong. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like and share and comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.